done one of these live streams in a minute. Um, and yeah, I have been using Ableton Note a lot lately. And yeah, it's just a really dope app, in my opinion. So I just wanted to set a live stream up and explore and experiment. I've been actually using my OP1 Field here for a MIDI controller, and of course my TX6 to get the live stream out to you guys and also be able to use the headset. So yeah, let's see where we want to start off with. New track. Let's go to sample, core, and let's find, no, we don't want samples. We want to go to, yeah, hang on. That's not where I want to be. I want to go back. Well, we can just hit the plus button here, actually. So that should be coming through. Thank you very much. So two things that I need to see in Ableton Note. One of them is, so we can use a MIDI controller or a Bluetooth MIDI controller like I'm using right now. But for the two most used functions on the app, it has like a rendition or a version of the capture MIDI from Ableton, and I would like to be able to map two of the buttons, the quantize button. Let me see what other button. Yeah, the quantize button, the capture button, and the X button. I want to be able to like have those functions on here. That would be major. And then the other thing is less about Ableton, it's more about just the setup and workflow here. But to sample on here, um, I need, like, the sampling works extremely well as I've been kind of discovering, like the drum rack sampling method. And I need to be able to, like, have a setup where I could sample in to the iPad, but I also can live stream out to you guys. Like, if I had this TX6, for example, connected to directly to the iPad, then of course you guys wouldn't be able to to hear, the audio that's happening here. But if I had it set up that way, I could use like my headset here, or I could use, like I've done before, connected this to the TX6, and I have like samples and all kind of like oldie songs and stuff like that, and I could sort of utilize that, and it just works extremely, extremely well. It's actually really, really dope. Um, but for now, let's go to a new track and let's just kind of explore. I'll be monitoring chat a little bit here. Yeah, live chat. Yeah, I'll be monitoring. All right, so let's go plus and let's go here and sampler. Yeah. All right, let's go synth keys. Ooh, I like that. That's good. Here we go. Hey, what's going on? G Brown, what's happening? How are you? How's the audio levels, by the way? Let's turn ducking mode on. Yeah, how's the audio levels? Everything sounding right? Is that right? Are you who I think you are? From Metuchen, the coffee shop? You might can even turn on. Oh, okay. Where have I seen you? Where have I seen you at? I'm just curious. Well, that's pretty cool. We could do something like that. Dun, 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 dun. Here, Discord. Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, so I need to take out some of this. What did I say? I think it's this sound here. Either way, pretty cool what you're able to do so quickly in here. I should probably put that I don't feel like grabbing it right now, but I have like that thing for what is it called? The windshield. This would go great inside of a square video. Hey, damn, that was loud. My bad. Sheesh, Louise. I've never said sheesh Louise before. That was weird, but that was just the only reaction that came to mind. But for sure, let's keep it going. That was decent, but I can do better. Wait, let me see. We're gonna do something with this. We gotta figure out. Hmm. That's weird. We're gonna have to undo that. All right. I could have sworn I just changed that. That's weird. Weird. Something is not sounding right, you gotta just jump to the next track. Just kind of coming up with random musical ideas until something is hitting. Nothing is hitting yet today, and that's okay. We gonna get there. So it can be like. So something like that could actually work. We're starting on E, I guess. So we're supposed to be on back to C. Let me see. Alright, so we need some pads. But we need, let me see. That could work. So we can bring that in. Whoops. Starting on E to D. So this is still very much an experimentation phase, and I think with this kind of app, what's important is to just start musical ideas and I don't know, just be true with yourself. Is this sounding interesting? Is it sounding basic? Like those last few that I made weren't sounding that good to me. So I want to kind of continue and just continue exploring. Ooh. Interesting. Core library. Let's go to core library. Vocals.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's weird that those first few notes aren't getting recorded. That's very weird. I don't understand that. I still haven't really embraced Ableton Note. I just don't care for the looping. Yeah, dude. That is the exact reason I love it so much. But I don't know why these first few notes aren't getting recorded. And you know what, Benjamin? The sampling in here is really cool. So you know how like in Koala you can do, what is it called, lazy chop, which I don't usually use in Koala. I haven't used Koala in a minute actually, but when I used to, use it a lot more often, you could have a sample playing, and then you can tap the keys or tap the pads to get the markers, like the markers, right? And then you can kind of like, yeah. So that's really cool. So you can do something similar that I discovered in here, which is really dope. Can't really demonstrate it right now in this configuration because I don't have an input going in here, but it works really well. I'll have a video demonstrating that soon. Now, I don't know why these first few notes aren't playing. That's so weird to me. I'll just let it rock. That's fine. We can do something like that, like let's see. Yeah, exactly. I could see that. For me, it took me a while to kind of figure out what the vibe is for me, but what the vibe is like is synth based looping. MIDI looping, MIDI looping, not audio looping, which is why the OP1 and the tape track on here is something that doesn't work for me. Feels weird to say, but it doesn't work for me. So I'm using it currently in different ways, and why the OPC does work for me. When I use Ableton, I never use the loop stuff. Yeah, so I'm the opposite. When I use it, I only use the loop stuff. But what's cool about this is like this I've used now both on my iPad and on my iPhone, which I'm using to stream right now. And sometimes, like I was going for a walk yesterday, and I didn't plan to do anything musical, so I didn't bring anything with me. But I had my phone, of course, so I'm able to no pun intended, to yeah, just take that out, even without headphones, just sit on a bench and just knock out something like creative right then and there, and then easily upload it to the Ableton cloud. And then, like, as I'm getting more well versed in Ableton Note 11 back at home, that workflow kind of just clicks for me, and I'm having fun with it. So yeah, I think it's a super well thought out app, and I love like the updates that they keep continuously putting out. But to your point, if you're not into loop based, workflow, then of course this is not going to be anything that's even worth your um, being able to do a ton. Nice, good job, Jared. Good job, good job. Well done. I'm about to put this magic. Actually, I want this. Not only I don't really need it now. I have this magic mind stuff. Yeah, that was good, dude. All right, let me keep this going. Let me actually go to something new and keep the vibes going. Let me actually work on this a little bit more here. We can do something like so. Let me see. Yeah, definitely. Ooh, I like that. Cool. Yo, Rebecca. What? Hang on. I was about to pronounce your name. Hey, why not? My friend, what's going on? I was about to pronounce your name Robotech Towns. Just because I have glasses on, but I can't really see even with them because this phone is so small. But I am upgrading to the iPhone 15 with USB-C on it in September, which I'm excited about. Rebecca Towns, what's happening? How are you? Such a cool song. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep some new stuff going. Been waiting on that iPhone 15, which will be great for TE. Yo, dude, I cannot wait. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty. I mean, I guess not certain, but it's almost definitely gonna have that USB-C on it. I'm curious, why not? How's your TP7? How is TP7 life? Have you been using it? What have you been using it to do? I'm super curious, and I also think it's dope that you have this like musical, you know, interest and passion, and then you also got. I was checking out some of your stuff too with your breakdancing and stuff. It's super dope. Definitely a talented dude. Yeah, I'm getting the iPhone 15. So I have the iPhone 12 Pro right now. So I'm like several years behind. So this upgrade is going to be like quite amazing. I think for me, like many years worth of goodness. So yeah, I have to figure out like. So part of me is thinking, I have the regular 12. Do I get the Max and utilize like that the way that I'm using like my iPad Mini, which is my only iPad that I currently have? Um, or like and maybe sell the mini or not have the mini and wait for the new pro to come out and get that next year. I'm kind of like, I don't know, leaning that way, but I guess we'll wait and see, because apparently I think the Pro Max is going to have like a solid state additional button, like a rocker on it on the left side, that you could use for like you can customize it like what you want it to do. So yeah, I'm really very excited about it. I think a new iPhone, even for Khordmaster keys, like I use this phone for my main webcam, the continuity camera feature they have. So I use this phone to produce or to like get the video footage for my webcam. And I'm thinking like, dang, like whatever they do in this next phone, it's gonna be probably you know much better than what I'm currently rocking with here. So I'm definitely excited for that. You said I like the Max for the screen. I'll probably sell my iPad Mini 6.2. I really use it. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. It's gonna be weird to not have any iPad. I know you probably have a bigger one too, but I sold my iPad 12.9-inch 2018 model not too long ago. So I won't sell this until they unveil the new iPad Pros, and then I'll probably sell this, I guess. But I'll figure it out. Good problems to have, right? I've been using the TP7 for blogs that I'm going to post on my site on IG soon. Also using, oh man, dude, I'm looking forward to seeing the content, bro. Yeah, I was just so excited. You and this one other guy named Moritz, who I knew. Well, I didn't know you were getting one, but I knew he was getting one and waiting on it. And it came. I think both of you guys might have posted that you got it like right around the same time. Um, I don't have but one. Oh, you have just the iPad Mini. I got rid of my. Oh wow. Okay, so that's pretty major. So you don't even use the iPad at all anymore. That's a big difference than how things used to be. But yeah. Let's get back to some tunes. Uh, that's a fifth, not a fourth. Hardly ever use it. It's all MacBook Pro. Wow. Yeah, I hear you. I I bought a MacBook Air, the latest, not the latest one, the 13-inch one, but the latest 13-inch one, and I liked it a lot. But I ended up returning it, just like I do with all things that I buy that are expensive that I don't love. And I don't know. I have a laptop already, and it just didn't. Like I bought it with the thought, okay, why would I need a laptop or MacBook? Well, I was planning on experimenting with Logic, and then I was like, no. And then I was experimenting with video editing on like Final Cut, and I was like, no, I don't feel like learning that. And then I realized I was using it mostly just for admin things, updating YouTube videos on Studio, and just like things that I can do with any laptop. And I already have an Ultrabook from several years ago now, maybe like 8 years or so, but it's not flashy, but it gets the job done. So I'm just rocking with that for now. What I'm most thinking about, what I'm most interested in is like what I think makes the most sense for me is is the iPad Pro. And if they come out with an iPad Pro, and I don't know if this is true or not, like if I'm gonna be like, oh, this is the holy grail of like mobile, whatever. But what I think could make a lot of sense is I see them continuously updating the operating system on iPad OS, and I heard the latest version really is like really much better, a big significant step forward for like multitasking and stuff. And yeah, like I feel as though Apple sometime next year will come out with an even bigger iPad Pro, like bigger than 12.9, kind of like what Samsung just came out with, like a 14-inch or something, or I don't know, is it 16 or 4? I don't know how big it is, but I could see that being something that if they do that, and it's like still somewhat light, and it has a better designed what am I trying to say? Oh yeah, like keyboard, right? Because I was using the keyboard a little bit with my 12.9 before I sold it, the Magic keyboard, and I was like, this is pretty cool. Like it changes the workflow. So I'm curious to see what they do with that. But for now, like this is cool. Like this setup here is definitely dope. Loopy Pro, export stems to Ableton. Love this workflow. That's dope, man. Yeah, Loopy Pro, big fan of it for sure. I'm gonna probably use it a lot more once it comes out with MIDI looping, because as I've realized, like MIDI looping is it for me. Like that's how I vibe with music. I love using quantization when I need to, not using it when I don't need to. Even, I mean, you would think as a piano player, like I should be, more akin to recording directly, recording audio directly, like on here or whatever the case is. But I don't know, it just works better for me having, yeah, the MIDI looping thing. That's why something like this and Chord Gadget just resonate with me. But Loopy is coming out with MIDI looping at some point, and so I could see that totally being. Matter of fact, maybe we'll do we dive into Loopy right now? Dare I say? Sure. You spoke it to existence. So I like Luby Pro a lot. Um, and I started experimenting with it. Yeah, even with SDS. Yeah. So let me do like a new. The thing about it that's just the level of customization has been overwhelming for me. The fact that there's so much that you can do with it, and it's not. It's like sometimes just having the app be what it is and like use it within those confines is better for me. Um, oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, he's a cool dude. He and I are gonna be at some point. Hopefully, we both make it happen. But linking up, I think he'll take a ride up to my spot. I have a place in New Brunswick, a studio, and we were talking about getting together and yeah, just jamming out, like making some content, making some music together, TE gear, like that type of thing. I haven't really had a chance to do that in person with anyone who's into this stuff. And he also lives in Jersey, so we'll make that happen. Ableton Note exports to Ableton too, sure does. Yeah, Loopy Pro is too overwhelming. I wish it was less. Yeah, okay, so you agree with me. Yeah, I think it is a little overwhelming for me. I mean, but I'm gonna use it a little bit right now to kind of show you like how I would. Yeah, see, like right away, I'm like, okay, oh well, so this is set up. So basically, if you take the time to set this up properly, like I kind of did, like what did I do? I set up a template, right? And I have a Bluetooth MIDI, which I don't have to do anything. As long as I didn't. I didn't even think that this would automatically work, but it does connect right away, which is dope. So that's the first thing. The other thing was drums. Setup is a good template and it helps. Yeah, for sure. You're right about that. 1000%. This SDSX app from my man Soul Lift. This was maybe one of the most important um, like things, for lack of a better word, AUV3s because I needed something to be able to tap drums in Loopy Pro. I don't know what other people use. Like, why not? I'm not sure what you use to like finger drum here, but SDSX recently or semi recently came out with a AUV3 update, and now you can record drums right from the app, and it's a really, really, really really good app that I've been meaning to make a video kind of singing its praises a little bit, but I just haven't done it because got more important things that I'm working on right now. But let's give this a go. Let's see. Let me just see how this. It's a different workflow, right, with audio for sure. But let's delete this. So you know what, actually, I think having a non-loop detection, but rather a like 2 bar, 90 BPM, sort of set makes more sense. So if I hit play, yeah, so something like that basic. So this is not about making dope music. This is about like exploring the app, right? So let's see. So you have that drum loop. Then you want to go in and do what? Like, all right, so a couple things I got to say about this, and I'm just looking at this. Miss all your messages. Keep export, blah, blah, blah. Problem with Okay. The problem with templates was I don't know how to adjust or change the template. Oh, okay. My issue with loopers is I never finish the music. I hear you. It's more just for fun, in a way, yeah. And then why not said I feel you in Ableton. I get started and I complete some because it's all in one location. I hear you there too. You can do everything right there, but the exporting helps. So just getting started with loops is good. All that jumping around messing me up. I agree with that. That's why I like the idea of having just one app. I just like Loopy because I can use the other synth apps. So that right there is it. What you're saying right now, and some plugins. I have drums and knock on there, and some of the yeah. So that right there is it. So like the idea that there's so many amazing music sounding apps, music sound, the AUV3s, and having a place that's a general, like easy enough to use place that you can still utilize all those apps and it works for your workflow. Loopy Pro is by far the closest thing for me that allows me to do that. All these other ways of making music just never, never, never resonated. And right now, like there's, as you can hear, there's like some really just, I don't know, just creative sounding apps that these developers spend a lot of time putting together. So you can't use any of those in Ableton. So that's the downside to something like Note. So that makes a ton of sense. I can make the loops with high power plugins and be on my way to finish no time, grab my guitar, bass, and record and done. Try to keep a lot of that off my computer because I need to leave space on 3D graphic work. Yeah, Seascape, Trillion, Atmosphere. Yeah, you guys all make, good points, right? It's like just experimenting and finding what works. Ugh. All right, I don't know what I want to do right now, if I want to continue this. So even with something like this, why not? I'm not sure if you have any insights here, but I'm using this keyboard, and in order for me, like it would be cool, it would be really cool actually, um, if there was a way, like right now I created a virtual MIDI port or track or whatever you call it, and I have this on here, and in order to switch from one sound to the next, I need to remove like one sound, meaning not one sound, one AUV3. I need to like remove what's here, like remove it, and then I need to add another one, and that takes me out of the creative space. It would be cool if there was a way to just jump quickly. Maybe I'll reach out to Michael and talk to him about it. But to jump from one AUV3 to another, like it knows I have these five here, so why can't we just, I don't know. But this is definitely by far the closest that I've come. Constant struggle, indeed, 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 indeed. All right, I'm gonna go back to Ableton now because of the, I had fun with this, but yeah, I don't know. All right, let's go back to Note really quick, and I'm gonna go for just a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna go get started with something else, doing something else. Okay, so let's see. Mm, 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 mm. So I want to explore some other sounds on here. So you have the sampler section here, and you have uh, let me say load samples, user library. So what comes into user library? I wonder about. Let me check something out here. So all right, this is what I'm kind of curious about. So like if I want to import a sample in here, for example, I'm trying to think how. So like I was talking about the lazy chop method. And so let me go into something like audio share really quick. I want to see how can I send some oldies sample for example in here and use like chop them in within the app. I want to see if there's a way to do that. Oh, so that's fine. It doesn't matter. I just want to see if, about exporting this to Ableton Note. So that's the first thing. We need to see if it allows you to do that. Yes, we can export this. Do you want to import? So I want to import this. I'm importing it now, and it takes. Is it imported? Where did it go? Let's see. Let's go back to user imported. Okay, so there's a song that I just imported. And here's a whole song. Okay, cool. So, but my issue is actually I don't want that imported into a sampler. I think I want that imported into a drum rack. What am I doing? You have to hit that button. Drums, drums. So we have to go drum rack, and then now we want to load this. But yeah, so how do we stop the sample from playing? The gate? You can't stop the sample. That's kind of weird. It doesn't let you stop the sample. Let me see. Let me just So this is interesting. So the whole idea is if I had this connected a little bit differently, um, what I was experimenting with is I was allowing myself to use a drum rack in Ableton and like tap the pads as the song is playing, and it lets you do like a lazy chop there. So I want to explore how that may work. I'm kind of curious how that could work without and like in like fully internally. And I don't know if that's even possible, but I'm gonna try it out right now and see. You said I wish TE would make a new OPZ. Oh man, here we go. Here's the new OPZ chatter again. That's one I do want to learn. Love the PO sounds, but the sequencer on the OPZ. If they could make it easier to bring in my own. Yeah, man. Who knows what they're working on, right? Um, I still huge fan, as you guys probably know, huge fan of the OPZ. It's my favorite, I think, TE product. It just clicks. It just works, you know. Okay, so what I wanted to do, what was I about to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to explore the drum rack. So I don't want to record. I want to load. But you can see that's the whole idea. I was gonna say I can probably go into something like Koala, and I could, create drum loops there or chops or samples and then import them in here, perhaps. But that whole idea, I like Benjamin was saying, I don't like the idea of having to go into different apps. Like I want to be able to do what I need to within this one app itself. But I don't. I think if you load a sample, it's gonna load the whole thing on there. But if I hit record, obviously there's nothing coming into this, so the record is not even not this. Yeah. So that's okay. So that's an issue that I would like to see resolved potentially. Interesting. All right. Let's I guess work on one more song and then let's dip. Let's make this a good one. Let's make this an amazing song. Who knows how it's gonna come out? Who knows, right? Let's first off find a more inspiring sound here. So, what if we did piano and keys? What are some of these? And I kind of want to, damn, we got 7 people in here. It's pretty wild. I kind of want to, like, as a piano player, sometimes it frustrates me having this OP1 in front of me because it has a keyboard, but it's a tiny keyboard, and I can't play it, like, even just like chords, like with one hand. So, not like doing no classical or anything like that, but like just playing some chords with one hand like, what am I trying to say? If I had something that was like close to regular size keys and it was still small, like I don't need many octaves, I just need like two or one and a half or whatever, just enough to play the chords. That's something that um, I'd be interested in, but I digress. So we can do something like that. Let's see. So hang on. I think I know what I want here. I think you would be amazing at Drambo, but I know you didn't like setting up sounds. Yeah, people have spoke about Drambo a lot. Yeah, and that seems like even over the top. The sound capabilities on it, like the ready-made tracks, like sample tracks on there, are really really cool. But yeah, I just haven't. I don't know, haven't gotten there. I know what I want this last chord to be. I think that last chord I need to be that. So it needs to be. No. I don't know how the last chord should sound. It's. I don't know. I do like this sound here. Some cool movement. So it could be something like. Hey, Brandon, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man? So something like that. Let me see. Alright, so maybe, let's see. So we need some like more interesting sound. So maybe we can, let me see. Maybe we can go into the sampler, like the sample library. And let's see what kind of samples they have here. The chord library. Texture. No, I don't know. So this is at this point where okay, I'm looking for something better sounding. Let me see. Like I guess it's a synth synth plug template. I don't know. Let me see. By the way, hang on. Let me pause this for 1 second. What is this templates thing? FM2. Oh, these are. Oh, I didn't even know they had those there, man. That's pretty cool. Great man vibing with y'all. What's up, Ben? Same. Yeah, man. Appreciate you hopping on, man. How's everything going, man? Doing well, doing well. All right. So what are we doing? What are we doing? User, no, core library. I'm looking. All right. So maybe we'll go to pads and let's find like a faster attacking. Let's try that. I don't like the ending. So the ending. So that could work right there. But I need this bass to be louder. Let me see. So I need to figure out how to like, yeah, get this bass hitting a little bit heavier. Still need to get a TX so I can do live. Like, dude, yeah, bro, yeah, man. Princess, what's going on, my friend? How are you? Um, Once Ableton Note allows you to use AVDs in it, then I think Ableton will be more. That's a great point, Benjamin. I would have to agree with that. I think people have said that as well. And I guess real quick, Brandon about the TX6, man. Yeah, sometimes I just take it for granted, man. Like I'll go days or weeks without using it, but yeah, being able to do this when it feels right. Like today, I was like trying to force myself to think about what kind of work do I need to do here in this like 2 hour window before I have my next appointment, and I'm like about to take my laptop out and about to just like just find something to do that makes me feel productive. But I was like, nah, forget that. Like I'm gonna go live today and make some music, and because I haven't done this in a while. And to that point, yeah, it's just this thing is just really really good. I don't know if Why Not is still in here, but he just recently got his hands on the TP7, and it was really cool just hearing about what he used it for. He was kind of using it, kind of like I think what you actually very much what you said you'd be using it for, like a field recorder and like taking note like voice notes and blogs and all kind of stuff like that. So it seems quite interesting. Even for the stuff we were talking about, like using, excuse me, like having a, I guess like actually, you know what? I'm just thinking out loud for a sec. Yeah, man. So think about. keep me honest here. Think about like the idea of having that with you throughout the day, but and you're talking into it when you have just thoughts or whatever you're saying, and though that whole thing is the voiceover for the B-roll footage that's recorded, but your B-roll footage is not. It's like just capturing moments. You're not actually talking. This goddamn fly keeps landing on me. You're not actually like talking into the camera, right? So it's like just footage like this, for example. I'll come to a cafe and just like sit the camera there for a little bit and just capture a little bit of me making the music, but then the finished product is like is specific audio that is directly from me talking into this in real time, capturing those intimate moments or like whatever's in your mind or whatever. That's something that sounds kind of interesting to me, I must say. And then with regards to Benjamin's thought on AUV3s, if or slash when AUV3s come here, the only question is like, how would how would that work when actually I think I know the answer to it actually right now. But like, okay, you're working on some music here and then you upload it to Ableton Cloud because the big thing with this is being able to use it, transfer it to the cloud and like continue your song on Ableton on the main, Ableton Live software. And of course, all those AV3s aren't compatible necessarily with, or at least I don't think they are. I don't know if AV3, well, certainly not, outside of the iOS or Apple ecosystem. But I'm thinking, damn, this thing keeps popping. Sorry. I'm thinking what could be really cool with that is like, what if you're working on something here, right? And the system knows that when I transfer this to the cloud and I go home and I want to work on this, everything that is in Ableton Note gets, gets uploaded as MIDI as it normally would because it works seamlessly. But everything that's in AUV3 gets an audio snapshot of it, right? So it's no MIDI notes for the AUV3 stuff. It's like that stuff gets rendered as audio, uploaded to the cloud, and you go home, and then it creates audio tracks for those. That I can 1000% get behind. And if slash when they ever do that, that'll be amazing. Because you got to keep in mind, like, okay, Ableton Notes. That's the other thing. Ableton Note is a scratch pad. It's not meant to be, do a whole lot of things. It's meant to like get ideas down. But even so, like right now, I could see absolute value of me adding a MIDI or yeah MIDI track and uploading like or assigning a different AUV3 to it just to open up the sonic possibilities, which are of course going to be limited on an app designed to be, more of a scratch pad. So I'm with it. I guess there's only 5 people here, and it's not a secret, but I have a meeting with Ableton today, and I'm very excited for it. It's actually one of the biggest meetings I've ever had as a content creator when you think of it, because Ableton is quite the established company, and I have some ideas for them. Things that if I talked to my wife this morning. I have 3 things I want to talk to them about, and if 2 of them we're able to do, or at least 2, shoot for the stars. If all 3, then like we're money. But if 2 of them, at least 2 of them can get done, that would be pretty big. And it's things that would be absolutely valuable to them too, right? That's all I'm about right now. Like forget, like getting over or having the better end of the deal and stuff. Like that's not what I'm about at all. Never really have been. But I just really know what I can bring to the table. So I'll let you guys know how it is. I try to keep things close to the chest, but I mean, we're vibing here. There's only a few of you guys that are in here, so it's all good. Um, so then you said that ecosystem, I'm learning macro. That ecosystem makes it so easy to spontaneously. So yeah, if you're saying that like having everything here makes it easy to spontaneously create, I agree. The moment that you have AUV3s, in my opinion, is when it becomes like a little less quick and instant, right? Because now you're like, oh, well, which one of these 30 AUV3s should I use right now? So for better or for worse, well, it would have to record audio, but that's how I do it in Koala too. Got you. I mean, if you bring in one-shot samples, it's technically audio. Tell Ableton I said hello and thank you, Princess. Thanks so much, and I absolutely will. I'll let them know. I'll let them know that you guys. I don't know how many other people here use Ableton, but I know you do, Benjamin, for sure. But yeah, just this workflow is cool, man. If you have an idea that's exciting to you here, then being able to go home and develop it further, you can do that on here or on anything. You could, Koala, you can do that, but there's like extra steps that are necessary. The seamless aspect of just going to the cloud is just really, really cool to me. So right off the bat, I don't like that bass. I want to figure out. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. All right, I think I'm gonna go now, but I appreciate you guys joining. I'll keep you guys posted somehow, maybe, I guess. You'll know if the meeting went well or not based on my mood on my next live stream. We need the full version of Ableton on iOS. That will make me buy a new iPad for sure. Yeah, I hear you, and I think that that is something. What do I think? I think that that's something that I could see happening. I could see that happening. There's no reason why it shouldn't happen, in my opinion. Um, but maybe they're watching closely. Maybe they're working on it. I mean, that's something that'll probably take a while to get right, I imagine. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. This was fun vibing out like this for a little bit. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of work done now, and yeah, look forward to. You're right about that. And I wonder how Logic is doing. Like, how is that ecosystem? Are there a lot of people that are there more people than they thought, or just as many that Apple thought that are using it and vibing out? I know, Benjamin uses Logic. I know, what's his name? Dylan Paris. I talked to him, and he uses that, and I think Henny still uses it, although I see him using more Loopy. So yeah, I think competition is definitely healthy, but I don't know if it's like when if I was actually here, I think that when I heard the news that it's coming out, and I was like so excited, and I don't know, $5 a month, yeah, I'm not interested in paying money like that. Honestly, it's only $5, but if it was really, really, really like if it spoke to me, then it's a different story. But and maybe it might, but I just never really gave it like that honest, fair shake. And I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good with what I have here. But yeah, that's where we're at. Logic is awful to me because they left off a ton of features I wanted, and they aren't updating. Wow. So yeah, it's not. Wow. See, that's a bold statement. Yeah, there you go. Well, there you go. You guys heard it first from Benjamin. Logic is awful. Okay. It's not good, not bad. It's awful. You guys have a good one. I will see y'all later. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Peace.